Hey, what is up, guys? Flex Media here, bringing you yet another video on Dragon Ball Z Bergamo Battle. He is the newest and greatest meme circling the Dokkan community, but it's honestly, it's for good reason, right? So today, just today, I made a video on Bergamo. And I really felt like, so I still wanted to post it, simply because, you know, it was Super Battle Road. We took him into Universal Survival Saga, and he looked good, particularly toward the end in the last fight. But I really don't think we all got a real, we just barely got like a little tease, you know what I mean? Got a little tease of his power, but we didn't really get to witness it in full force. So what a better place to witness a unit's full potential than in the legendary Goku event. So that's where we are today. So I think it's important. Let's kind of go over like who he is real quick right now. Okay, so we're seeing him on rotation here. So this is Bergamo. He is an extreme class category leader at 80% to stats and 3 ki. And he also increases the number of turns a giant form unit can turn giant. So from 1 to 2 usually. So that's really interesting because he is, if he were to buff, so like he would be a really good choice for if you're running, let's say, Extreme Fizz in Dokkan Battlefield. He would, you know, let's say it's a tougher fight, which usually if you run into your extreme types, it's usually the easier fights. But let's just say you could use him as a leader in Dokkan Battlefield, and he would have the potential to transform more than once. So that's really cool, right? So the extreme class leader, so he stacks defense for 9 turns upon super attack. Oh yeah, I wanted to mention, so this is, we actually got his giant form, and his attack is not completely stacked up yet, but it is partway. I think he's probably, you know, 4 or 5 attacks deep or so. But we'll go over his passive too. So his passive, he's obviously got that chance to transform into a giant, which you're witnessing right here. And then he also, he's going to get attack and defense 30% up to 300% upon getting hit. So you're gonna see throughout this event. Here we go. We get another turn. But you're gonna see throughout this event, I'm gonna periodically check his defensive stat. Now it's not gonna be his true defensive stat. You know, the reason why is because we're running him alongside Android 17, who's providing defense to the whole rotation. So he is getting a little bit extra, but that's okay. I mean, it's, you know, it was all part of the plan, right? You know, you're gonna see, you know, spoiler alert, we win. You know, I more than likely wouldn't post it if we just straight up lost, but you're going to see throughout the event that he's very, very good. You know, there's a few advantages of having, you know, units with really, really high defense. So obviously, number one, yeah, they're not going to take damage, right? But number two, it actually, see, there's his defense right there. He's not even fully built up, guys. He's at 525,000 defense. That is nuts. That is nuts. So the other reason is, when you start getting into those insane defensive numbers, you saw it right there, it actually becomes kind of a viable method of healing. Like, and you're going to notice that the items, we do end up using a couple items, only because, you know, I want to get the W, right? We maybe could have done a no item if we would have got a little bit luckier. You know, but I think he really adds to this team. So those are really like that defensive, being a defensive powerhouse is clearly, like, you know, we all know, like, it's really ideal for this event. And he's such a great asset to the Siblings Bond team. Now, I hope when they make the Lavender and Basil units that they are just as broken as this. You know, honestly. I don't know what I was doing here. I must have got distracted with something. As you guys may know, I am a full-time dad. Maybe I was doing dad stuff. But yeah, when Lavender and Basil come out, I hope they're equally as broken so that we can run them on this Siblings Bond team. So the rest of the team, I mean, we've all kind of seen it before. I didn't necessarily want to, like, you know, I wanted to bring, like, I brought Gohan and I brought the free-to-play Goku. You know, honestly, kind of just like, in a, you know, they're kind of just like a staple on this team. So on this team or on their own team, you know, Gohan's Kamehameha team, I mean, they're absolutely just made for this event, right? They just, you know, the infinite stacking of the defense. Gohan's getting that 58% additional attack from that Goku unit, because he's Super Saiyan Goku. And not to mention, that is a Goku's family support unit, you know, providing, what is it, 2 ki and 20% attack and defense, I believe. You know, see, and not to mention, you know, the infinite stacking of the defense. Clearly, we're running the Siblings Bond team, so no Siblings Bond team is complete without LR Gohan and Goten. You know, I honestly really don't need much of an introduction. You know, stacking attack and defense. You know, they're getting ki every single time they attack. And attack, for that matter. I believe it's up to, is it 10 attacks, I think? It's really, really good. So they stack up their offense and defense and ki in a hurry. So by the end of this event, I mean, they're going to be hitting, you know, I don't remember exactly what the stats are, but they're hitting for something like 5 million or something like that, and they can get much, much higher. It actually worked out having them be floaters. I was a little unsure, but, you know, they're so powerful that them not stacking their attack and defense every single turn didn't really prove to be much of a hindrance to them. You know, they're just that good, right? So we have Bergamo linked up with Android 17. One of my all-time favorite TURs. I'm not going to call him my all-time, but he's up there. He's in my top 5, I would say. And it's just with the utility he provides to your team. So he provides, what I believe, 60% defense to the entire rotation, which is just, I mean, that's nuts, right? I mean, the only one higher is Gowasu and Zamasu on Global, and then the EZA Fizz Piccolo, like the OG Piccolo that got the Extreme Z area. He provides 77% defense to the rotation. So very, very good. But man, MVP 17 just so good on so many levels. You know, right now he's going to take some damage, so I know I'm talking him up, you know, right now, but when he gets under 77%, before like the turn starts, he gets 40% damage reduction. So other than this turn, now he's going to get touched up this turn, but other than that, he's going to be even good against type disadvantage. So an unfortunate dodge. Hey, you know what? It happens. But he's Bergamo on this Siblings Bond team. There's not too many units that you can really link Bergamo with. I think that's one sort of, I guess call it a negative of Bergamo, is finding him linking partners. You know, I noticed especially on this team it was quite challenging. There just aren't too many viable options on this, even on all of Goku's family, which is one of the biggest categories in the entire game. At least the units, you know, weren't cut out for this event. So like the Hybrid Saiyan leads Gohan, the Ultimate Gohan. Like he shares I believe Brainiacs with Bergamo, but I couldn't bring him because he's just he's just not cut out for this event. He doesn't stack defense. He's only got that 30% chance to activate his guard. Just not really cut out for it. So like you know, again, like Vados, like free-to-play Vados. She's fine. Actually, probably she'd be quite good for this event. You know, the only thing is there's not too many Universe 6 options that you can really, you know, use. I mean, what, Champa? I ain't bringing Champa on this event. Are you fucking kidding me? No way. So anyway, Bergamo was a little limited on his linking partners. I couldn't really find anyone with any that shared any attack links with him. So his attack stat is still very good. It's over 2 million, almost the whole entire battle. But it could be higher. It could be much higher. He's much more cut out for a Tournament of Power, like Universal Survival Saga team. You know, it is what it is. So like he got his, you know, he got his awakening alongside this new Universal Survival Saga and Reps Universe 7, you know, the Kaioken Goku, right? So he's really made for that team, if you ask me. You'll be able to get a lot more of his attack links. There's a lot more units that have like so he has Infighter, he has Brainiacs, and is it Fear and Faith or Brutal Beatdown? Brutal Beatdown, I think, that he has. And so he can get a much higher attack stat. And I could have showed you, you know, with, you know, LRB Pan's active skill and et cetera, but I wanted to show you, like, see, there he is, 2 million. That's where his attack stat stays the whole entire, you know, the rest of the fight. So it could have been higher, but, you know, this is a much more practical use of him. We don't have to showcase at maximum, you know, power every single showcase, right? You guys definitely get the idea that he is an absolute just fucking juggernaut on this event. Even on STRUI Goku, he takes no damage on a super attack. It's incredibly valuable, right? So here we are. We made it to Int UI Goku. At this point, I don't think we've used any items, which I was, to be honest, a little bit surprised at. Like, didn't even really, up until now, we're very low on health. We really didn't need one. And even right now, I think we only use an Icarus. Yeah, so we only needed an Icarus, and this is the reason why. So I don't know if we check. Yeah, there's his defense. So 600,000. You're not going to take damage from any villain, or I'm sorry, any enemy in any event. There's just no possible way. The only reason why I used an Icarus was because of Goku on the end. Now, just in case Goku gets supered, because we would definitely die from that. But even if Android MVP 17 got supered, see, now it turned out he didn't. Obviously, Bergamo did. But even if 17 got supered, we wouldn't have died. It would have been close, but we wouldn't have died. Having that type advantage, and then also having, so he's got his 40%, plus Icarus's 35% damage reduction. So 75%, we definitely, you know, actually at that point we wouldn't have taken anything. But even without the Icarus, we would have been okay, except for that Goku. Now, the Goku can counter super attacks, but of course he can't on this last stage, right? Because it's kind of, you know, the way the mechanic works is kind of like a dodge. It's not exactly a dodge. You're dodging and then doing damage, so like it's even better than a dodge. So Goku won't let you do that, right? But guys, that's basically the team. I mean, any team, again, so like we have Super Saiyan 4 Goku on this team. Any team that you can just kind of toss Super Saiyan 4 Goku on, you do it, right? He's still really good to this day. He's one of my favorite units, one of my favorite LRs for sure. I love the mechanic of them, both the Super Saiyan 4s. They're able to get usually they're able to get a full 24 key super almost every turn, it would seem. You know, especially if you have like even just one orb changer on your team. So like if you have like, let's just say the that STR, like the Family Kamehameha Goten, he changes to Rainbow Key Spheres, you know, so like, or the Angel Super Saiyan 2 Goku, the AGL one, he changes a certain type to, it might be STR, I think he changes to AGL orbs. So, like, anytime you can just get a small cluster of orbs, they're getting that 24 key super. Obviously getting 3 key from Rainbow Key Spheres, and then 4 key from AGL Key Spheres. So it's just an absolutely sickening ability. You know, I think it's one of the most underrated parts of their cards. You know, and not to mention they counter. You know, and I say they. You know, I am talking about both Super Saiyan 4s. I do find Goku, to be quite honest, much better than Vegeta. I do love Vegeta too. But Goku and his defensive utility, you know, only on his 12 key, is really, really handy. So he massively raises his defense, i.e. basically he doesn't take damage, right? You know, except on a super he would take damage. So right now, let's look at this, man. So UI Goku is attacking, you know, what, 7 times, 6 times, something like that. Bergamo, we are in absolutely zero danger of taking damage. It's such a, I can't stress enough, it's just so useful to have a spot on your rotation where you're like, okay, I'm good. Like, the only thing I have to worry about is maybe this character at the end. So, in considering, you know, more than likely, now it doesn't always happen this way, but more than likely, he's going to super in one of those first 2 spots, because just the 600,000 again, jeez Louise, 400,000 attack. Yeah, so more than likely, right, because he's, you know, attacking just more times, so, you know, he's got a more of a chance to attack there. So it's just so handy. You gotta have at least a couple defensive studs when you're running this event, and Super Battle Road too, but this one specifically you have to. Honestly, you should probably have all defensive studs, which we basically do. LR Gohan and Goten are super good. I mean, you'll be able to see that excuse me, bleh. You'll almost see the absolute heights of their attacking power, almost, but there's no support on rotation here, so like 4.33, unsupported, I might add. So, you know, link him up with the free-to-play Goku, the one that Gohan's linked up with, and they're gonna just do insane damage. So you can see right there, still took 200k on a super attack, even with you know, Android 17's defense active. So they can definitely lose you this event. You know, and I love LR Gohan and Goten, but it just, you know, just is what it is, man. You know, they have type disadvantage. If he was any other type, then it would be fine. They would dominate this last stage, but, you know, he's Int, so. And then there's SS4 Goku again, man. He's just doing, look at that small cluster of orbs. He's able to get that full 18 key super. And we really don't have to worry about him on the end, unless, of course, he gets supered. Jeez, 6.82 from LR Gohan. I think he dodges that one. What a bastard. Just one of those things, right? He's got a 1 in 5 chance when he's Int. So 20% chance, and then he's got a 10% chance in the STR phase. But I will say, man, I know I've been talking a lot about Bergamo, but a lot of these units on this team are very, very good. I mean, I was never even remotely worried we would lose this event. But it just, you know, Bergamo is just such a great addition, man. I can't stress it enough. Once I pull that Kaioken Goku, man, I'll be doing showcases on this event for sure. For sure, and Bergamo's a big part of that team. You know, you get, oh god, I'm kind of like creaming my pants thinking about it. You have that Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku as lead. You got Android 17, you got Bergamo, Evo Blue Vegeta, Goku and Frieza. Oh my god, man, it's so good. Who else? I'm forgetting a big boy. Int UI Goku's fine, but not him. Anyway, guys. Oh, Tech 18, very, very good, especially for Goku and Frieza. you know, use her as a floater. Get Goku and Frieza a few extra orbs, man. Always, always helpful. Yep, and again, so we're not in any danger of taking damage from UI Goku right here. Tanks it like a champ, son. Like a champ. If you can get Android 17 through that STR phase, man, he's just, again, just no chance of taking damage. So if you guys don't pull Kaioken Goku from the banner, which I obviously hope all of you do, you know, Bandai Akatsuki, if you're listening, which I know you're not, but if you are, yeah, we want to pull him. There's no question about it. But pulling the units you want really makes the game, I mean, it just makes your, it just bolsters your spirits, right? And it makes you want to play the game more with the hype units, right? The new shiny, you know, the shiny new LR or the shiny new TUR. It just makes you want to play the game. So, you know, I think Bandai and Akatsuki, they've sort of reached the sweet spot on, like, the rates and stuff. So, like, if you think about it, like a Legends, Legendary Finish unit has only half of the pull rate of, like, a summonable LR. And Dokkan Fest banners, like the one we're on, you have a pretty good chance of pulling the unit you want. You know, so it's like I really feel like, and then you only have to pull 5 copies to rainbow them. So in Legends, I think you have to pull, I believe you have to pull, like, well, actually, they've changed it all. I'm not even going to pretend to talk about it now, because they've changed everything. I can't even keep up with it. They've changed everything. But the way it used to be is if you pulled 2 of them, they were 3-star. If you pulled 2 more after that, they were 5-star. And then I think you had to pull 5 more to... No, then you had to pull 3 more after that to get them to 6-star, and then, like 5 more after that to get them to 7. It's something crazy like that. You have to pull like 10 of them to get them to 7-star. So, like, it's really conducive to, like, all you need of that Goku, all you need is 1, man, because all you need... So he's obviously, like, a very hard hitter. You want him to be able to do additionals, and all of those things. Like, you want more than 1 copy, but 1 copy is going to do it. Because all you need is the leader skill, right? You need the leader skill, and you need that super spirit bomb, man. That thing is overpowered to the max. It does just as much damage as an LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku attack, and it buffs like B-Pan. It's just completely bonkers, man. It really is. You know, you guys, I'm sure you've been hearing other tubers talk about it, but it's the truth, dude. It is. So don't think they're being, you know, speaking in hyperbole or anything. And a very poetic ending. Bergamo finishing off this event. Again, very, very good. Went on a tangent there, but I just wanted you guys to see Bergamo sort of in his best situation. Not his ultimate best, but one of his bests. But guys, leave a like for Bergamo, man. He deserves it. Great awakening. I love this celebration. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you in the next one. Later.